Like comment, share, and subscribe. We're all shadows, don't know. Kind, be civil with an open mind, don't walk blind. If you're in need, just not at my make it right, make it right. Oh, 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 wishing you well from a safer place. Make it right, make it right. Make it right, make it right. Yeah. If you make it right. Different voices, different thoughts, but we can still keep the peace inside. I'll stand my ground, keep my space, but I'm wishing you well from a safer place. Make it rain, make it rain, yeah, make it right.
Hello, everyone. I do not understand what is going on. I think it's because I am doing the double one. I see myself in the double. It is really weird. But hi, everyone. Yo, I need a new computer, but Maggie's broke. Maggie's broke. Hello, Just Hope. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Oli Molly. Hello, Christy. Hello, Fury C. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Spirit Girl. Yes, I do, but Maggie is broke. So, hello, Angie. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Yes, it's not the same live. It's like, you know, the thing where you have yourself and the vertical, and you also have the horizontal, and then you're just, I guess, two people right now. How weird. Interesting. Anyhow, so yeah, no, one is vertical and the other one is horizontal. That's why I've always wanted to try one. So I was like, let me do it on the random Monday where I'm talking about something that has literally nothing to do with anything. Hello, well, hello, Dory. Because right now I wasn't going to go live today, but I got so annoyed. I got annoyed. And so I needed to talk about my annoyance. So, because like everyone, I'm watching what's going on. Exactly. So, like everyone, I'm watching what's going on with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm watching what's going on with everything. Okay. I'm actually aware of what is going on. I'm just not gonna really talk about it because I felt like most of the time I feel like the subject is pretty well covered on YouTube, and I have nothing to add to the situation. Hello, Sassy Paws. How about we don't start with a bad word, okay? Like there will be someone that will just appear to block you. How about we start nice? Mm? So yeah, there is so much going on, and I needed to share with you because I got really annoyed. So normally I like Murad. Like I like a lot of YouTubers that do excellent work, like really superb work. I see her and she's annoying. So yeah, uh, exactly. So now, like I know Murad from the Love Island demographic, if we can say, like I know him from Love Island. But while I was watching the video of Jeffrey Epstein that I put on my wall, because I was like, oh my God, that is crazy, because I also need to talk about that, because I don't know if my point of view has been said. That's why like I said, I don't like talking about things if I feel it's already covered. I'm like, well, it's already covered. Why do you want me to say? Like, the person is already doing an excellent job. Hello. Yes, I am on the vertical live and I am on the horizontal live and I am on the, perpendicular live and I am in all the lives. Okay. So yeah. Hello, Maria. So yeah. Uh, the thing that, hello, Buzzball. So yeah, I was watching the interview of Jeffrey Epstein with Steve Bannon. And I received the message and I saw the video from Murad. And in that video, he was talking mostly about Rihanna. Hello, husband. He was talking mostly about Rihanna and about her being, having a call log with her name maybe on it or whatever. Like, really not, like, with everything that's been going on with the Epstein, maybe not the most, you know, consequential of thing, but hey. What annoyed me is that at the end of it, he started saying that, hello, Danny, Danny, hello, Evie. So, yeah, no, this interview is fascinating. And like I said, maybe people want to come up and talk with me about it because my point of view of why I was fascinated by it, I have not heard what anyhow, I will talk about it after. So yeah, he was talking about the interview and basically LG Bliss and basically said that there you go. This is the vertical live. You can go over to the other one where everyone else is. Oh, Danny, come to the one where it's come to the one that it has everyone. Okay, I just wanted to see what a vertical live looked like, and I was like, this is the perfect subject. So yeah, I was watching the video. Like I said, he was talking about Rihanna, blah 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 blah, and then he started talking about the interview. And he said, this interview that has been going on everywhere on TikTok and X and everything, this interview is fake. And let's be clear. There is a lot of fake information going on with Jeffrey Epstein. That is absolutely true because they have been dumping all the information without any care. Okay, because they don't want to make it easier. I'm so sorry. Exactly. Elizabeth, it's not fake. So I was like, okay, why is he saying that? Because after doing my research, it's pretty clear the video is real. And when I say doing my research, I mean barely doing a research because it is really, 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 really clear this interview is clearly real. Because one, we already know that, and we knew that from a while back. Like I've been looking at different articles. And my computer is shit, but we shall try to watch the article. Let's see. Okay, perfect. So you see Steve Bannon's secret Epstein video, the tale of the tape. This has been known since at least July 2025 that Steve Bannon has 15 hours of interview with Epstein. And so I was like, okay. And everyone, news outlet, everyone is saying that interview is real because it fucking is. And what Murad has had to say as to why he believed the video was fake was because of the eyes. And I was like, I am so sorry, what? He said you can tell by the eyes that the video is AI. And I was like, okay, this dude, like, what is he saying? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, that is how you prove AI manipulation. So now it makes me wonder why would you say that randomly without doing any research? Like, this is a real interview. This is an important interview. Exactly. He's a trusted source. And I found it really whack. Because I was like, dude, that it took me 5 minutes to do a research and realize that this was not the truth. No, he knew nothing about. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't like that he did that because, well, obviously that interview is a gold mine. Okay, it's a gold mine not only on observing how this man, demon, whatever the fuck he was, okay, how he was, the likelihood of this man offing himself. But the thing that really got to me is how much this man knows nothing about finance. Like now, I know for sure because this man is supposed to be a finance guy. That's how he got access to everyone, and everyone was with him. And this man doesn't even know what inflation. This man does not understand what inflation is. This man doesn't understand what caused the crash. I was listening to him and I was like, wow, wow, you're so dumb. Like, because everyone knows that Jeffrey Epstein didn't do a lot of, studies, but for a reason that nobody knows. This man was just stumbling into success and to success. And so I thought, damn, that man must be so smart. So he must have some type of flair. The man couldn't explain inflation. So no, he doesn't know shit about finance except how to look intelligent. This man is someone, hello spellcaster. This man is someone that can parrot, be a parrot, perroquet, perruche. You know the thing that imitate your voice, perroquet. I forgot how to say it in English. Parrot, whatever. I believe now. I'm like, okay, I thought this parrot, I don't know how to pronounce it. That thing, that thing. Yes, I know finance. But like I said, I'm not even a genius in finance. That's why I thought, okay, maybe he's a genius because I've met actual genius in finance, like genius individual in finance. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe like he is a genius. That's why he could get into those positions and meet all those people. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Rosemary. And never graduated college. And that's cool. Like for me, you can be a genius without going to school. That's why I didn't think like I was like, oh, he must be a genius. But listening to him, I was like, oh, no, you're not a genius. No, 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 no. There is no fucking way. Okay. You impress anyone with your knowledge of finance. It's not possible. Like when this man had the two thing he could do is parler caca. Okay. And that is what I call when, because that's a thing you have to do a lot in school, especially the higher education you go. He is connected to a lot of elite people, but Jeffrey came from humble beginning. He got into a connection and people were saying that it's because he was so good in finance. He was so good in finance. I was like, no, he's a fucking idiot. And I will explain to you, Elizabeth, how he fooled you. Because he has that technique that I hate them, the sophist. Like that is what also what's her name? Danny does with her audience. It's the bullshitting. Oh, okay. I watched a few videos of Murad when he was covering Diddy. Well, like I said, now I'm looking at him really sideways because, like, when I say he insisted, I love this. He insisted, okay, on this is a fake video. This is not a true video. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is a 2-hour video that people need to see because this is fascinating. I want actual genius. Like I want people that are like in the because I'm a young person. Like I want like big people to listen to this man explain inflation. It's the palais caca. Okay, so what I mean by the palais caca, it is basically talking shit. Okay, you just say a bunch of shit that means nothing, but you sound smart. Like I just want to say, the sun is yellow. And then you say it, oh, the sun is the type of color that you can see between the yellow and the orange. And you're like, this could have been a one sentence. Like people that want to feel smart, so they put a lot of bullshit around really simple concept. Like really simple concept. And I was like, you're saying nothing. You do not know what you're talking about. I know. I see you. Like, wow. Not, he was, charm. Charm is not enough. This man was like people, like he was a hedge fund. Like being in finance was literally how those rich people are explaining why he is like why they were giving him money, why they were hiring him for his services. Hello, Bluebella. Like that's why they were hiring him for his services. But anyone who knows finance would never invest with him. Like I don't even know how to explain how I was just like, I cannot believe what I'm listening to. He couldn't, and what also he's really good at is saying and repeating multiple times, which is a tactic that, like I said, Danny does too. This is a sophist, like this is sophist tactic. Saying, of course, normal people don't understand. Of course, normal people don't understand. Of course, normal people don't understand. And I'm like, You're saying things that someone in high school can understand. You're just saying it in a complicated way and giving a bunch of complicated word with a bunch of complicated concept that have nothing to fucking do with the subject at hand. Like, it really reminded me of when Danny was saying integral while talking about what's the name of the site? Social Blade. But those people, they count on other people who listen to them to think that they're stupid because they look at you, they're like, you cannot understand. Okay. So I know better than you. And of course, you cannot understand, you stupid person. So don't even bother your little head with that concept. I will take care of it. And you're like, no, you're lying. This is not complicated. And I've always hated when people did that. Me, that was my thing. I would be like, I'm calling you out because I know all the complicated words you're saying, and I know you full of shit. And I know this has nothing to do with left, right, or center. This has nothing to do with anything. So I'm like, who is the first person that taught him? Because he was taught a speech. Because when he does, like when it's a question that he doesn't know or that it's not part of the speech, like let's say he says his speech, and then suddenly, like you interrupt him and you ask a question on the speech, he will give you the stupidest metaphor. The number of time he was like, you know, when you go to the doctor, I was like, shut the fuck up, man. Just answer the question. Oh yeah, right. You don't know how. You don't understand what he's asking you. Like you don't know. Like it was so insulting to listen. I was like, you're an imbecile. Saying to people that they are imbecile so that people trust you. But you are an imbecile. And yeah, like I said, people will be really, and that's what I'm saying. People are they're talking about it. Normally, I wouldn't talk about Jeffrey Epstein and all of that because people will say what I have to say most of the time. Okay, what the fuck? When the guy was asking him about being the devil and all of that, you know, like people are gonna talk about it. People are gonna analyze how he was acting because this man, when you look at him during that interview, his eyes are so scary. Like this is a scary person. Like his eyes are empty. And that's why when he was like when Murad's best question was well, his eye, you can tell by the eyes. I was like, what are you talking about? You can tell by the eyes that this is actually happening. Like this man is terrifying, okay? Like people are gonna talk about it. But I know people like I want someone that is like really like someone that's like 50, 60 years old that really has seen everything in finance because when the crash happened, I was 18. But I know what caused the crash. And listening to him was actually insulting because he found a way to blame the common man. And that was so nasty listening to him because of the manipulation of stay in your station. You shouldn't buy a house. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't. It's your fault if we were in the crash. And I'm like, no, it's the bank's fault. And you know this, and I know this, and we all know this. So I was like, woohoo! And like I said, he kept on saying of course, normal people will not understand. And I'm like, you do not understand what you're fucking talking about. Talking about, oh, you know, and some country. He's such an elitist, classist. Like, I hate those people. And that's why I have a problem. I don't like finance. It's something like people don't understand how it is to work in finance. Like, people are like that. Like, being so condescending, and you're like, you're an idiot and you know less than me, but I'm supposed to look at you and smile. But yeah, yeah, he said not everyone should be a homeowner. And he tried to say, well, they were pressured and to create giving those mortgage. People were saying that it was unfair. And I was like, bitch, the bank was trying to do a quick money grab. You know this. I know this. Shut the fuck. Mm. Like trying to keep the people low, keep the people low. You do not understand. You're stupid. You're stupid. That's why I was like, I am insulted when I hear that because I'm like, I am a normal person. Yes, Firisi, I agree with you. And I was there. But listening to this man talk about, oh, some countries, like $1 American is $8,000 in the country. And I was like, okay, what's your point in this? Are you going to talk about export and import and why this is a good thing depending on different aspect? This has nothing to do with inflation. Inflation is the price compared to your own. It's your money. And I was like, oh my God, you're so dumb. You're so, you know nothing. Someone literally gave you a script and you're just parroting it. He doesn't understand what he's talking about. And I was just like, what am I watching? And when I'm telling you the concept he was saying, normal people cannot understand. You will absolutely understand, okay? You just like not knowing what something is because it's the first time you confront it with it is not a proof of stupidity. It's just a proof of, well, I don't know what it is. Explain it to me in a way that makes sense. Because like I said, I have been with those people, those elite, those okay? They love explaining to you, but they explain to you in a way to make sure that you don't understand because then they feel superior. That's why I keep on going to Les Précieuses Ridicules because I'm like, it's not because like Les Précieuses Ridicules from Molière, okay? Like this theater piece is such a representative of that type of people. Of those people who are like, they think they speak so well, but in reality, they're saying nothing. Nothing. Like he was saying nothing except being extremely elitist, extremely classist, extreme. Like literally, I was just like, oh, you think we're all stupid? Okay, like I could tell, and I was like, but you know what? While he thinks us, the normal man, we are all dumb and stupid. How did he fool the rich people that put him in position? Because no financier would be fooled by him. Especially not at the beginning of his career. That is, the Jeffrey Epstein I just saw, that is a Jeffrey Epstein that was like, that had done like 40 years of saying the same speech and knowing what to say to sound intelligent. So my question is again, how the fuck did he become a hedge fund? Like I don't have the qualification to get the type of job he had. I'm like, what the fuck? But did he start with blackmail? Like when he started, exactly. I'm like, there is no way in hell. Those people who try to justify like hiring him, spending 20 million per year on him for his financial advice. Bullshit. Okay. I call bullshit, allegedly. I call bullshit. Listening to this man was actually like, I'm like, oh, he's so, I hate that. Listen, we can listen to his thing because I was like, okay, no, 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 you did not explain it like that. No, you did not blame the normal consumer for wanting to own a piece of land because, of course, it's only supposed to be for you, the elite. So I'm telling you, they couldn't possibly want his financial advice. And like I said, I am a nobody. Well, my career was, but like I am a nobody compared to those people who have like years and years and years and years and years and years of experience. Like big financier were paying that man million of dollars to invest their money. How? How? Why? He doesn't know what inflation means. Shay! Guys, welcome my new mod, Kimi Shay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yeah, no more mod. I'm done. Know that you will be hated and people will talk shit about you, my love. I'm so sorry. So yeah, if you want, guys, I can do a little course on finance. Super boring. But at least I know my shit more than him. At least my school wanted to pay me to do a master in finance because I was that good. But I didn't want to because I had been in school for like 10 years and I was tired. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to see the world. But yeah, no. This man is full of shit. And I really, really think people should listen to that interview. I really think Murad is being extremely negligent because of the number of false information that are actually really put on the internet about Jeffrey Epstein. Like, no, he would have gotten away with it because those elite, and when I say elite, I hope people understand that has nothing to do with the left, the right, the middle, the center, my ass, my front. I don't care. The elite are all the same, okay? They're all lizard people. Like, we would be so much more powerful, like, as a social class. If we understood that the lizard people, whether they try to get to us with our emotion by going to the left, to the right, to the O, to the O, to the A, to the E, to the E, they're all lizard people. Okay, like they're weird. He was a smooth criminal. I'm like, yo, he was a smooth, I don't know what. Hello, that bitch kiss. Exactly, Ollie Molly. I'm like, both sides are evil. Don't believe in elites. That's what I have learned. After watching, like, I know I always come back to the Amber Heard like trial, but guys, you do not understand how I believed and the left. How I believed. Okay, I believed. Okay, I believed so hard that when Trump was elected the first time, I cried and I'm in Canada. Okay, that's how strongly I was like, okay, to then see that when this man was saying MSNBC fake news, and I was like, because then I saw the trial of Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp. And then that same MSNBC that was telling me that this man was the Antichrist, okay, was like saying that Amber Heard, that poor little, and I was just like, what? MSNBC is really fake news. Yo, the shock, the shock, the shock, the shock. I was like, I thought we were the good guys. Like, well, I was like, we are the good guys. But then I was confronted with the fact that we are all full of shit. And I was like, I am judging those people. But my side is no better. Do you know? how it broke me. Like that was me for I think like a month. That was me for a month straight. And disbelief that wait. Fake news is real. Yeah. It was terrible, the realization of the bullshit. And then after, no. I was like, oh mon Dieu, oh mon Dieu, oh mon Dieu. Oh no, he wasn't that bright. Oh, I absolutely did not believe Johnny Depp. I absolutely believe that the royal family had traumatized Meghan Markle. I was like, and the Sussex squad, my the deck, yeah, the shock, the pain. Ow! Ow, the back. Ow. Okay, that was literally me. I couldn't believe. But when you're proven wrong, yo, man, I don't live in denial, okay? I don't see the point. I'm just like, hey, man, okay, I was wrong, man, my bad. Like, the mistake is not being wrong. The mistake is when you discover you're wrong, but then you delude yourself into believing that you're still right. Being wrong is just part of life. You will believe things you're not supposed to believe. Like, you're still, like, people who refuse to make a mistake and just stay in their like initial thought because I think they think that if they admit that they were wrong, they may have the end of the world happen. Never happened to me. I'm like, yeah, I was wrong. Okay, like, yes, I really believe, yes, I did do this. Okay, my bad. But I am willing to grow and change and become a better person. Confirmation bias. Shred bar. The confirmation bias I had on me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like I said, I was like, yo, Johnny Depp is a rich white man. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Like I was like, damn. No, it was really traumatizing. It was traumatizing realizing that I was full of shit. But you know, you learn and you grow. But that doesn't mean, and that's when like some people sometimes they go to the extreme and suddenly they become like super the other side. I'm like, no. Now I believe that they all suck together. Okay, I think everyone suck. That's what I believe, and I think the truth is in the middle. Oh my God! I stepped up. My dog stepped on a bee. Oh my God! That is true. Damage kiss. I don't know, man. I think the little Red Riding Hood like could give a run for their money to Snow White. So yeah, me, I'm like, I am in the middle. There is no political party, political figure. Okay. And when I say, guys, I love Obama. If they discover something about Obama and Michelle with Epstein, I will cry in front of all of you. Okay. I will cry, but I will not deny. I will cry, but not deny. Because at the end of the day, yo, they're all lizard people. They're all lizard people. Oh no, me, I always vote on personality. I'm like, I like you, which is really stupid. Which is why now I barely vote because I'm just like, yo, listen, like, yeah, listen. You think he's an exception? No, I'm showing to people that I understand if there's some people that they really love that they're like, ah, ah, ah. Okay, I understand. Which is why I'm like, I understand because I will cry. like a like that's what I mean. I'm showing, even though, listen, Victoria, when he was elected, I was 18 years old. I will never forget the feeling I had when he was elected. Okay, like, oh my god. So yeah, like I said, I'll be like, but hey, if it is what it is, and it is what it is, and it is what it is. But I'm like, no. So I'm like, it's not because it will really hurt our version of reality that we must be blind. Okay? Like that is the only thing I'm saying. I'm like, I cannot be blind. That's why when I was watching the Amber versus Johnny Depp, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm full of shit. And that's when I realized that I was full of shit. Because, yo, reality is reality. Like, listen, I don't know. I'm just like, I think because of the stereotype on black women being extremely manly, being extremely blah, I'm like, I don't like that. And if she's not talking about it, who are we to talk about anything? That's my what I believe. We got full Bible because we still believe. Listen, listen. There's some people that would I would have to go in the shower and start singing "Unbreak My Heart," say you love me again. Okay, if they are revealed, but I will accept. But I will need like a really long hug. One of them is Denzel Washington. Oh, don't do this to me. I love Denzel Washington. No. Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah, with 82, we must not talk about the past. Oh my god, talking about that fucking weirdo. He also did a video on me, and I was just like, break my heart, say you love me again. Hello, MG. Oopsie doopsie. Listen, 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 listen. I'm so sad, but hey, like I said, I will go cry in my bed later on. So yes, I understand. Ah, Oli Molly, don't tell me this. My heart, my heart, my heart. No, my heart. That was my love. That's the man of my dream. Nah. Oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, like I said, I think we are all, yeah, we must all accept that there is no hero and that we will be extremely disappointed in the people we like. Extremely disappointed, incredibly disappointed. But I think we should be strong enough to accept the disappointment. That's all I can say. I'm like, yo, I accept that they are all lizard people. That's the only way I can. Like, exactly. I'm like, they're lizard people. El Tracy. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Now I give myself that. I'm like, yo, anytime I'm disappointed, Yeah, Murad, like I said, I was just like, I don't understand. Like, this feels motivated. I don't get it. Like, if you are to do all of this, you better have a good reason, because acting as if this interview was just for fun. Mm-mm, mm-mm. This interview should be watched by people. This interview makes you realize, even if you're not born a lizard people, you can become a lizard people. And how he talks about, lower class, that's how those lizard people think of us. They think we're stupid, which is why it also deeply offend me when 82 act as if I'm stupid, because I'm like, listen, I dealt with people with actual so much money, lizard people. You get the fuck out of my face. Ugh. Like, I'm like, Ibito is not even a wannabe reptilian. Like, get the fuck out. Oh my God. Speaking of that, yeah, this man did a video saying, crying again about the fact of, I'm not a xenophobe. She's not from America. How can I be a xenophobe? And that's when I knew this man is an idiot. So yeah, that's all I have to say about him. Yes, I heard about that. That was a big thing. Like, I remember because it was a big scandal in the Love Island community. Because, you know me, I love Love Island. Yes, I know so much about finance and inflation and the crash and Hello Chili Pepper. And I love Love Island and I know everything about Love Island. I multitask. Hello, Chicago girl. Yo, there you go. I'm like, yo, the people who rule this world, like, that's also one of the reason. And I don't want to like people who want kid, I absolutely understand. Okay, I absolutely get it. But me personally, I keep on going like that about it, because I'm like, this world is broken. This world is controlled by lizard people. Oh, Chicago girl. This world is controlled by lizard people. Like, what's the point? There you go, Maria. I'm like, yo, this world is broken beyond repair. Okay, well, beyond repair. Because the lizard people are not gonna let us change the world. And at the same time, the human refuse to accept that those people are lizard people. Like, the thing we're hearing with Epstein, like, those people have been doing that type of things for millennia. Like, there is a reason why they want people to make babies that much and act so much against contraception and all of that. It's because they need us as cattle for their bullshit. That's why when they insist on making babies and not giving the actual means to, let's say, a young mother to be able to raise that child at a level below the level of, poverty, they don't give those. No, 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 no. Raise the child in poverty so the child is desperate so we can do what we need to do. Cattle. Okay. And I'm like, so when I'm like, I look at the world, I'm like, exactly. I'm like eating. I'm like, yeah, they do. I'm sure they do all of that because they are creeps. I do not understand. I'm just like, lizard people. Okay? Is the same. And I believe, and like I'm talking about contraception, but I also believe the people who are like trying to basically end it, like, I don't know, force children at 12 years old to change their body. I'm like, listen, why? Because they like it. They like that. You know those weirdos? They're like the capitals. They like it when it's exotic. And like I said, I believe in like transgender. I believe in that. It's not about that. It's about trying to, mm, you know, like children are children, and children don't have the ability yet to decide what they want to be. But if you let the child and you say to the child enough time that to be special, to be the hero, you need to be this or that or this, they will do it. Why? Because the lizard people like that. So for me, I'm like, listen, I am terrified of them the moment they talk. Okay. And I talk about the left, right. I'm like, you are all lizard people. Children are impressionable. And I'm like, yes, let the child think about it. And then when they're mature enough, obviously, and if the child wants to be exactly, and if the child wants to go and like, if the child wants to put a dress, man, I'm cool. But hormones, having the right, like going behind the parents, and I'm just like, this is weird. Why? What are you trying to do? Yeah, true. We are only cattle. So they want to raise the cattle how they want. Okay. I'm like, no, 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 no. I see you. And it's not because I'm a bigot. I'm not a bigot. Okay. I am, like I said, I'm extremely pro everything. Okay. I'm pro do whatever the fuck you want as long as you don't hurt another person. That's what I'm pro of. Your liberty stop when another person begins. That's where your liberty stopped. Okay. So for me, I'm like, why are you pushing? Why do you want to push it so bad that you're ready to do it behind the back of parents? That means it's not about the child. Okay, let's be clear. They don't give a fuck. Like I said, okay, lizard people. They find people who actually do care about it, who actually believe. And that's how they use us. So for me, I'm like, be free, be what you want, be free. Don't trust them. Like, that's all I can say because I see it. I know I am a cattle. And to be a cattle, you need to be, you know, domesticated, nice. Like, they will make sure to make you as malleable as possible. That's why when you look at new shows, it's not even about right or wrong. There is no right and there is no wrong. They even try to make it seem like right is wrong and wrong is right. Simple value system are like, there is something deeply weird. So I admire people who wants to have kids. I'm like, listen, if my, like, maybe I will change idea because I've always been extremely maternal, but the world creeps me out. Like, the world creeps me out now. I don't know. I have seen so much in finance and all of that. I'm like, ah! Like the thing I have seen. I'm like, so after that, I'm just like, okay, you know what? Life is weird, and I cannot. So, yeah, no. Exactly. Like I'm extremely maternal. And for me, I'm like, you know what? Better take care of the children that are already there than bring new one to this. That's kind of my philosophy right now. Because I'm just like, I don't know. There is something weird. Like even in this sector, like this is a this is microscopic. Is that how you say it in English? Like this is just like a little universe. But I could find so many parallel between Danny and Jeffrey Epstein. Not in the sense of Danny is there teleporting people. Absolutely not. But and the way they manipulate people and the way they try to control people to try to make it seem like they know best, as if our brain don't work. And I was like, damn. And yet there will be human that will hear that and be like, yes, I am stupid. Yeah. There is nothing that offends me more in this life. And I think everyone should be offended when someone tells you this. You won't understand. I'm so sorry, what? That's someone telling you you're stupid. And you should not accept taking advice from someone who thinks you're stupid. You will never see me say something and not explain myself and at the end say, yo, make your own decision. Because I don't believe anyone is stupid. Okay, I'm rectifying that. That's not true. I find a lot of people stupid. I don't believe anyone cannot learn. That's the thing with me. I'm like, everyone can learn. The lizard people move in plain sight with no respect. And I'm just like, yo, at least respect us. At least hide yourself just a little better. What did we do to deserve this? There you go, Christy. I'm like when I talk to my mom, let's say, I'm like, if you knew everything that you know now, would you have a child? She's like, I'm like, yo, we know too much. It was better when we knew less. But at the end of the day, when you know less, then you become cattle to them. And when I'm telling you guys, go listen to this interview. Like I mean it. I later like I'm gonna go because I need to go to sleep and tired and shit. But I really wanted to come live to talk about this because I'm like, this interview is the perfect example of the lizard people. You want to see how the lizard people think about us? You'll see it there. The condescending. You will not understand. They should not have own a house. They have bad credit. And I was like, you know nothing about the crash of 2008. I can tell. I can see you. I know you know nothing about inflation. I know you know nothing about export and import. I know you know nothing about economy because he couldn't explain how to control inflation, how to do. I was like, this is basic economics. Like you should be able to. Like this is a man basically telling normal people, how dare you try to go up your station and taking such stupid concept. Okay, let me give that analogy and then I'm out. He said at one point, he had the audacity to talk. He was talking about banks and loaning, okay? Because us normal people could not understand. You say that to the common man and he will not understand. God, I hate him. Like when I'm telling you, he triggered me. I was like, oh, yeah. So he was like, for normal people, they wouldn't understand if you only have $1. How can you loan it to 9 people? But the bank can do that. And this is called. I was like, motherfucker, the bank literally, everyone gives it to them. They literally get the money from the interest. That's how they get. Let me be more clear because I'm getting annoyed with it. Like when I'm telling you, those lizard people, when you're a normal person, it's hard to look at them. So yeah, he was basically trying to explain the concept of loaning money to people and how you can loan to more people even though it seemed like you don't have the money to loan to more people, but clearly it was because you borrowed from other people to loan to other people, which is what the system of the bank is. And the money that they make most of the time come from the interest. Do you know how much interest you pay? So when he was talking about the crash and talking about what happened, I was like, you do not know what happened. And I know what happened. And I was like, this man didn't even take the time to do like a little, I don't know, just watch a little quiz. I don't know. Okay, there a video, like 5-minute video kind of explaining the crash. Like this was literally a crash created by greed. Okay, that was it. That was all. It was created by greed because let me know if you want me to explain one day. But moral of the story, everyone can understand it is not complicated. It is just you don't know. And we're not supposed to be born with all the knowledge, okay? We're not Isan Al Gaib from Dune, okay? We're not like, I see everything everywhere all at once, okay? We need to learn. Someone tells us, explain it to us in a way that we are capable of understanding, because when I'm telling you, those type of lizard people, they will try to explain to you, because again, the point is not for you to understand. The point is to make you understand that you cannot understand because it's too complicated for you. That's the point. Okay. So if you want me to explain, so basically what happened, okay, is that I want now I need a thing. Yes. Okay, it insulted me. Okay, it insulted me. So yeah, what happened is that at one point there was, to be able to invest, okay? When you invest in things that can be more secure and more risky. When you invest in things that are more risky, you get more interest, you get more, possibility. But at the same time, you also get more risk to lose everything. So there are some type of investment vehicle that are extremely secure. like treasury bound, really low interest. You don't make a lot of interest on it, but you know you're going to get it. So what people were doing, like a lot of bank, what they were doing. So there are those treasury bound, really low interest, but super safe. Okay. Noted super safe. They created another vehicle to invest that used people's mortgage. So let's say you go to the bank and you take a mortgage. So let's say you borrow like, I don't know, 500,000. The bank, what they do is that they take that 500,000 of debt that you have and they separate it, because on that 500,000 you pay interest. Like you do not know like how much the bank makes on you from those interests. Okay. You buy your house 500,000, you paid 1,000,000.2. Okay. Like the interest is where the money is at. So since they want to be able, because when they loan you the 500,000, well, they cannot loan it to another person to make more interest on it. So let's say they offer you 10% interest on on the mortgage of a house. What they will do, they will take that mortgage and sell it. And let's say they will say, okay, so you can take $1,000 of that mortgage. So the person takes the responsibility of that $1,000, and the bank tells you, okay, so the interest is 10%. We're gonna separate 5%, 5%. So you make 5% on that. But it seems super safe. So because the bank guarantee it. So the bank is like, yo, this is super safe. You make way more interest than if you go in a treasure bound. The treasure bound is super boring. You barely do 1 or 2% interest. I'm going to give you 5% interest with that. And you like, it's super duper safe, like super duper, because people were people were buying houses, and the houses were making, like they were being sold for a lot of money. So win-win. Like the bank gives you 500,000 to buy your house. Then the bank, they don't have that 500. They want that 500 back. So they find people to take the debt. Okay. So the person pays $1,000 of your debt, and you pay them without knowing. You think you're paying the bank, but you're paying the bank 5%, and you're paying that person 5%. So now those vehicles were super safe because they were as safe as treasury bound. That's what they said. Okay. They were as safe as treasury bound, but they gave more interest. So people wanted to buy. They wanted more, 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 more. So now what do the bank do? They're like, shit, we don't have enough debt to sell. Because let's say there was 100 people that were actually qualified to borrow that 500,000 to buy the mortgage, to buy the house. So now they're like, yo, we can only sell that $1,000 for those 100 people. So we have a limited number of debt we can sell. And by doing that, because let's not forget, the bank, they loan you, hello, V-Love, they loan you 500K. You pay them 10%. They give 5% to the person who takes a part of your debt. But now that 1,000, they can invest it and loan it to someone else for 10% again. So do you see why it's so practical for the bank to go in it? Like, it's like, oh, so I only pay them 5%, but then I can get another 10%. This is a never-ending story. Which is good. That's not bad. This is good. Like economy, money, yay. But then what happened when you don't have enough depth of house? Because like I said, let's say you only have 100 people that you can assure you can give that mortgage and they will be able to repay it. Now they're like, oh, but we want to make more money. Like we can only give it to 100 people and so we can only sell that amount of debt? That's not cool. So they started now giving mortgages to people that maybe could not repay it, just so that they could sell the debt to other people, so that they can then invest that money to other people. So then that's why they started just offering basically mortgage. It wasn't out of the kindness of their heart. It was because they wanted to be able to invest more. Now, and okay, now I'm not gonna go with the prime, because he goes into subprime and prime, and he's full of shit and he doesn't understand what he's talking about. Okay, but whatever. So then, when you loan to a bunch of people, suddenly it's like a big boom. Houses are sold for so much money because so many people now have the money to buy a house. So now the houses are so the bank is like, woohoo! We are loaning for like, I don't know, now 1 million, because so many people, like everyone is fighting to get the houses, blah, 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 blah. But then what happened? Like everything is secure, but no, now it's not secure because you're loaning to people that you cannot repay that shit. So now suddenly those people who were, let's say you invested $1 million for a house that normally would be 500K, but because of this bubble that they have created by basically loaning like that, simply to make more money, okay? Not out of kindness, to make more money, because they created an investment vehicle just for that. No, this story is so fucked up. Yeah, it blew up the house price. But then, so because now you can buy a house, everyone is jumping on it, because obviously a house is supposed to be like, so you normally that house will be 500K, but now you have to pay 1 million. All cool, yay. But then suddenly, now we cannot pay. People cannot pay, so they're defaulting on their payment of the house. The 10% interest is now not paid. So now the person that the bank had that $1,000. So never forget that debt is sold to people, because those people, they want to invest their money. But now the mortgage payer are not paying their mortgage anymore. So now those people are like, yo, where is my interest? This is supposed to be an extremely safe vehicle, like super safe, not like super complete. No, it's supposed to be super safe. You lied, because they made it seem like all those mortgage payer had excellent credit, but that was a lie, just because they wanted to sell more to other people to make more money. So now those people, they want to, like, they are like cashing out. They don't want to invest anymore. Give me back my money. But the bank don't have the money because the person is not paying them. Because the person is now, houses were like $1 million. Let's say the 500K house is now $1 million. But now that nobody can pay their houses, and now people want to sell their houses because they cannot pay that debt. Suddenly, the house that was $1 million is like 400K. So now people are like, fuck it, I'm not paying that, and that 1 million inch, like, my house is not worth it. But if you listen to Jeffrey Epstein, you would believe that, well, the bank, out of the kindness of their heart, because people wanted to go above their station, they wanted to own home when they didn't have the credit for it, and the poor bank were forced to give them the money. I was like, go. What the hell are you talking about? Anyone that knows a little about finance know you're full of shit. Since when are banks so nice? Banks! Oh my God. I'm telling you, I worked. People remember what happened to me in banks. I'm like, banks want to give you money. So when you see that and you listen to this man who clearly doesn't know shit about it, how can you not wonder? How? How? How did he get those jobs? What were they paying him for? What was the investment that he was so good that you needed to pay $20 million? No. Yes, it's not because they're not, it's because bankers are completely unethical. Yes, they created a product and then got greedy, literally, and were like, that's literally what happened. So when I listen to this man, I know for a fact he fooled no one in finance because he couldn't fool me and I'm a little junior. How the fuck did he fool those men who spend years and years and years of their life in finance? So yeah, yeah, basically, like go listen to him. Yes, he was. He was. That's why for me, I'm like, no, they weren't full. This is bullshit. He was not a genius or whatever the hell how they call it. No, this man doesn't know what inflation is. Okay, like no, 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 no. This is weird as hell. And anyone who proclaimed to have paid for his financial advice, I'm side eyeing super hard right now. So yeah, guys, I was so annoyed by this that I literally came live today. So yes, guys, I love you all. I don't know when I'm gonna be back. It will depend. But we have so much to talk about because I am waiting for Stormy to show the video with her and Star to try to understand what in the name of fuck is going on there. And that's about it, guys. And I'm working on the part 2. Love you all. Well, you should see me maximum Thursday. What do you mean? What do I mean, my love? Oh, oh, Lady T. I don't want, I have nothing to say about her because I feel like, well, Polly, you know, if you say my name 3 times, Polly will appear. So she can go where she want. I don't care. But Lady T, I just have literally nothing to say about her. I think she is an extremely odd individual, and I hope she gets the help she needs. Like because she needs help. That's all I can say. But yeah, guys. Bye.